Hi Cancer, welcome to my channel. I am recording this in a garden in Italy and it's a bit windy. Hopefully we won't be interrupted. So I thought we'd do a Celtic cross just as a sort of check-in, and I'm going to just start shuffling your cards and cut them. I've done a little mini, pulled a few cards, so it's always interesting if some of the same ones come out again. I'll let you know if that does happen, because it was for a different read for you, but if they come out again it adds extra emphasis. So I'm going to pull a card for Cancer. This is a reading that kind of covers 3 to 6 months. Oh, I think you wanted to come out. Temperance, that did come out in your last one, interestingly. So that's Cancer at the moment. And crossing you, so this is something that's that's affecting you either positively or negatively, or it's something in your environment that you're having to work with. And we've got the the 5 of Swords. Okay. And so covered by, this is these sort of influences in your conscious or unconscious that are sort of bodding around for this week, next week, maybe the week after that, or last week. So we've got the King of Pentacles, and in your root DNA, so in your makeup, what you've got that's going on around you. For Cancer, this week from 21st of May, but whenever you find this it will be relevant for you. So in Cancer's root DNA, that's, there we go, 8 of Cups. And in the past, sort of relatively recent past, oh, the Devil. And in the near future, sort of, this is probably about 6 to 8 weeks time, I would think. Oh, that one wants to come out. 9 of Wands. And your future self, so sort of the attitudes and the, oh, that's not right. Your future self. Cancer's future self. Oops, those two. We've got the Page of Pentacles and the Lovers. And future home environment, so this is 3, 6 or 9 months, something like that. Cancer's future home environment. I think that's too many. Future home environment, we've got 2, the Sun and the Empress. Wow, I want to come to your home. That's lovely. And your hopes and fears. Cancer's hopes and fears. Cancer's hopes and fears. Oops. Wow, the World. And, oh sorry, let me show you that. Whoa, just a second. Wind. Sorry about that, the wind came and blew everything off the table. And then finally the outcome. This is for the next 3 to 9 months. So we've got the 8 of Wands. Right, so let's have a look. This is a lovely reading. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 majors. So it's slightly above average, I would say, for this number of cards on the table. which is 10. Yeah, it's definitely over half, so that's above average. So it's kind of quite a big time for you, I would think. We have a fairly even split between the minor suits. Yeah, there is a fairly even split. So it's not. It's sometimes you look at a reading and it's all swords or cups, or for instance, and then that makes you realise what the reading's about. But there's no particular slant going on here. So let's start. We've got you as the querent, as Temperance. So there is a sense that you're in a kind of divine pause at the moment. You are probably resting between something quite big that's happened to you, and you're waiting for the next bar to start if it was in music, the next sort of refrain to start as if it was in music. It's a really productive rest time. I don't know how you are personally with rest. Some people hate it, but this feels like a really important pause for you before the next phase that you're about to enter into. And you're crossed by, so the thing that's in your atmosphere, that in your kind of aura around you that you might have been dealing with, is this sense of a victory that's not that satisfying. Now, either you've just lost a bit of a battle. This could, I mean, obviously not, it's a metaphorical battle, so it could be that you feel frustrated in something that's not gone your way and you're feeling a bit bruised. Although, to be honest, I usually read it that you are the victor. But so you've put your foot down about something, you've entered into a bit of a battle, but you're not feeling 100% happy about it. Like this guy, look at the sky, his face, it's a bit of a mess, that situation. It's as if there's been some sort of issue that you might have come out of on top, but it doesn't feel that satisfying. It's a bit like when you have really strong words with friends or family or a lover or a partner, and they hear you, but they're bruised and they're angry and they're kind of griping, and it doesn't feel like there's resolution. You might have asserted yourself, but it's not a satisfying sense of resolution at the end of it. So then we look at you being covered by, in this week, you know, last week, this week, or next week, the King of Pentacles. So this is the sort of influences in your consciousness, I suppose. So I think you're thinking about security. This card did come up again but prior, when I did this other reading for you that didn't end up feeling right. So there is a sense in which when I pair it with that, I can really see that your consciousness, you're trying to find a way of getting some really good security, financial, physical security for yourself. That's what's on your mind. And because the King of Pentacles really represents an enormously secure, physical, financial base of great structure, and I think this is what's on your mind. This is what you're trying to make happen. And maybe this little battle, this little mini battle, I'm guessing it could have been, or it could be at work or with a partner or friend, but I think it might have been around that. Because if we look at what is in your root DNA and your makeup, this is quite positive, because it shows you as somebody who can, I'm just holding the cards because there's a big wind coming up. This shows you as somebody who can move on from a situation. And so we say about this character, he's using by the light of the moon, off he goes. Those cups are still standing, he hasn't knocked them over. So effectively, he's been in a situation that he might still love, that has been something that's really worked for him. And he doesn't need to trash it. It doesn't need to be broken. It just needs to evolve. He's outgrown it in some way, and he's happy to move on from there. So it's not that it's a terrible situation. It served him well for a period of time, and now he knows it's time to go. So this would suggest that who's watching this is somebody who's quite good at knowing that moment when they need to, that rather than getting stuck, they need to sort of move on a little. In your past, in your near past, we've got the Devil, which is funny because this is the card of obsession and addiction, and actually these two are chained, so they are a bit stuck. So it can be that you're stuck in a relationship that's a bit obsessive but not really satisfying, or in a sort of workaholic situation, or anything. It can be with addiction. So it might be that in the near past you've had a feeling that I suggest would be a bit uncharacteristic of you, or maybe you're just really good at knowing when you feel stuck, but you have felt a little bit bound to some situation or person and something that you want to escape from now. I mean, it can be fun, this card, if it's kind of passionate and sexual and is what you want, but I don't know. I think that you're wanting to move on from something, and that's the feeling that you've been aware of in the recent past. Feeling a bit bound, tied up, and in the near future, potentially moving on from this victory that doesn't feel much like a victory. You've been fighting your corner, and you are the 9 of Wands, and you're feeling defended, but battered. You don't feel that happy about it, but you are keeping your defences up. So I think, whether it's that you're defending against this sense of whatever it is you felt bound by, whether it's that you're trying to make some changes to your sense of wealth and security, and you're putting your boundaries out, but it can feel a little bit prickly and cross to start with until those are established properly. So for your future self though, sorry, I'm just looking for things to put on these cards as well. In your future self, we see your attitude and your power in the situation as a lovely new start. So rather than these two characters bound and chained to this kind of devil and feeling constricted, addicted, negatively bound to somebody, we now, with your future self, are moving on to the Lovers, who can indicate a beautiful partnership, but it can also mean a new choice that you're taking, and it's definitely something new with the Page of Pentacles. It might be a new training that you're going to go into, because the Page of Pentacles is the studious card in the pack. He's really good at knuckling down and doing his work. He's studying something new, he's learning something new, and we've got you here with the choice card, or a new kind of partnership that you're going into, and that's lovely. It's a lovely fresh new energy. It's definitely a great departure from the devil and this kind of defended prickly feeling. Your future home, oh, lovely. This is wonderful. 2 major arcanas. The Sun, which is about riding away from the wall of past hurts and problems, and he's full of that yangy manifestation energy. He's got his red drape. He's feeling open and excited, and it's just a lovely positive card. And the Empress, who is, I don't know, a card that I would have thought that the Cancer would resonate with really well. She's the ultimate mother. She's going to make your home feel wonderful. She's creative, she's giving. There are projects that are coming to fruition in sort of 9 months. I mean, dare I say it, for some people there might be a new baby with this naked child, and the Empress, who can mean fertility and can mean birth. But if that's not relevant to you, it can just mean that your home is going to feel really beautiful, supportive, nurturing, a creative, and a space of manifestation. I mean, just lovely. And then your hopes and fears, the world. Your I saw this in the previous reading. I think you're needing to put yourself into the center of your world, and this is the final card in the Major Arcana, and the character is in the center of this wreath of success. And I think that possibly your previous struggles have been about getting yourself into a position where you're really getting what you need, where you're putting your needs first, where you're the star of the show. And so those hopes and fears might still be rocketing around a bit, but it's a lovely aim, and it looks like it's paying off for you with these other cards. And in your future self, or the outcome card, we've got the Eight of Wands, which is a card of fast action, movement, communications, trivial things like emails and any kind of communication. But it feels as if there's a sense of this new version of you being sent out into the world. I don't know, some of you might be writers. There might be a new project that you're working on, or certainly, it could also be somebody who communicates on YouTube or social media. There's a lot of communication going on here, and it's a fast card. So there's a lot of speed and busyness, and I find it an optimistic, lovely card. So it's a really nice outcome. And it's interesting because the 8 precedes the 9. That the 9 with the stuck wands and the sense of having to stand your ground, and here we have you free flowing, creative, expressing yourself beautifully and from a place of truth and abundance when we look at these other cards, and probably in something new. Maybe that Page of Pentacles, maybe you've been studying something new, or you've started a new project, and maybe it is writing or creating something new, and here we go with the project being launched or in full flow of creativity. So that's a lovely reading. I hope this finds you well, and I will be back next week. Thanks, bye.